go.
My name's Borthwick. I am a designer maker based here in Borthwick. My background is textiles design, but I predominantly work with wood, and so I guess I'm a sculptor really by trade. I create mirror and wood-based installations for interiors and for public spaces, private residencies, hotels, all sorts of areas, as well as I also create ranges of natural tableware, so anything wood-based, I'm working with it probably some level.
Okay, great. And could you say anything about like how Hackneywick is changing now? Or like, yeah. Like
probably, yeah. So I've been in Hackneywick just for 2 years. I came here because it's a brilliant area to suit artists in terms of space, creativity. There's a lot of freedom outdoors and indoors to kind of express yourself. But yeah, noticeably in the last few months things are changing. People are being moved out. There's apartments appearing everywhere. Our studio in particular, we've been evicted from, and prices are going up everywhere. So the face of it's changing. The canal's getting busier as well as more and more people starting to live on it. It's fascinating. You can just see it's a really interesting area to see the changes of London and how it's getting affected. And yet equally, Hackneywick is still quite underdeveloped and underserved in a lot of ways. It's got great transport links, but still not. Still lacking like things like supermarkets and stuff that hasn't reached here yet. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed pot of what's happening. There's a lot going on, and it still remains kind of a fascinating place. So.
Hi, your name is?
Pandora, Vaughn.
And could you tell me a little bit about your practice?
Well, I work a lot with landscape and the built environment. I do it on a real scale in public works, and I also do studio work, small things, textile pieces, prints, that sort of thing.
Great. And could you say anything about how Hackneywick is changing now?
Oh God,
or like what you see happening?
Unrecognisable. It's a lot busier. It's a lot younger. I think. Oh, do you sort of mean with everyone being pushed out by developers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's kind of its peak has perhaps come and gone now. I think it's going to start to be a bit of an exodus from here on in.
Okay. Hi, you are
Natalie.
And what is your practice?
Textiles and tailoring, kind of art practitioner.
Okay, cool. And could you tell me anything about how Hackneywick is changing now, or like what your take on what's happening to it now?
I've lived and worked here for the last 2 years, and all I would say is maybe the DIY aesthetic is leaving a little bit more, and everything that moves in tends to be a bit more kind of supported by finance or by bigger companies, so it's losing its kind of individuality a tiny bit. But having said that, it's still a really inspiring place to live and work, and there's lots of really cool and hard-working people in the area who do a lot of really interesting things.